Hello, my name is King Angom. As far as part of the exam preparation, I'd like to talk about how you should prepare for ICM exam and the most popular topic for the exam. ICM is not a difficult one to get distinction, but you need to pay attention to every single topic as the question is not very repetitive since 2018 December. The question is, first I'd like to talk about the question format. The question is composed with 8 questions. Each of the question is 20 marks. So you need to choose 5 out of 8 questions to get 100 marks. For grades, you need to get 50 marks to get grade C, which is pass, and 60 marks to get B, which is merit, and 70 marks to get distinction, which is we call grade A. And if you want to get distinction, yes, you can, of course. It is not an impossible mission, of course. Especially for business management and administration subject, all you have to do is you need to know the possible topics, trying to understand those and have a good English to reflect your understanding. So you need to list down all possible questions first and check the frequency, and you should start with the most frequent question. Well, and so the next step is prioritize according to the frequency and your knowledge level. Sometimes some topics are not very popular and not very common in the exam, but if you have the knowledge on this topic, you should choose to study. You should try to know in advance what are the possible questions on this topic and what are the possible answer. For example, HR topic, HR is not a very popular topic in the exam, but if you're doing HR job, if you're in HR field, HR specialization, or sometime you have to do interview for your organization, you should prepare for this topic too, because combining with your knowledge, you can get more marks, higher marks in the exam. So that's my tips too. And the last thing is you should prepare some notes for exam. Preparing notes, they may be only a brief summary for each particular topic or the draft idea of how you will answer for each kind of question. Okay, let's start with the first topic. It is mostly about management and administration. And it's always in number one of the question, your number one of the exam question, and it is very predictable before. You will always see 4 of these topics in number 1, but due to the question changes starting from 2018 December, you may have to expect to see new topics as well. But it is to prepare for this topic, because you can get 10 marks at least. The topics are from. I will start about the topic. It is the first one is management and administration. Management and administration. To answer the question, in the exam, you have to prepare about what is management, what is administration, and what is the difference between management and administration. For example, in exam, they normally ask about the difference between management and administration, the difference between manager and administrator, so you need to differentiate the text between management, and the text between administration. If you search in Google, the answer will be in different way, but I advise you to follow the reference book ICM or ICM referring. You have the reference book, and you should follow. You have the reference book, which is written by Graham Whitehall, and the other supplementary reading book, which is Modern Business Administration by Robert C. Appleboy. So I advise you to follow these two books for every topics, because for management to differentiate management and administration, you will be different answer if you search online. But in your textbook, the author what the author say is management is kind of planning, leading, organizing, and controlling, and administration is part of the management. So you should follow this. For example, if you Google it, that will be in different way. Management is in higher aspect or something like that. But don't follow this because you should follow the. Actually, this is not about true or right or wrong, but you should follow the suggested reading book. Yes. So, and the next question is. That question can be in different forms, like different between owner and manager. For the owner and manager, you should include, for example, in sole trader, there is the owner can also be the manager. The question is. Explain one owner can also be a manager. Explain the time one owner can also be a manager, something like that. So to answer that question, you need to say types of organizations. For example, in sole trader, the owner can also be a manager. In partnership, the owners or partners can also be the managers. But in company, the owners are shareholders at the owner, and management is separated from the owner. All the owner don't have the right to manage. And so you can answer like this: how they differ, how the owner and manager differ from. And the next question is function within organization. For example, the question will be like. Explain about the function within organization as identified by Henry Farrell. Well, there you need to be able to answer about the functions, and you must be able to relate the theory with today's management, as the question will probably be like explain the relevance of this theory in today's management, or explain the relevance of this theory in today's business organization. So you must think about how you will relate with this theory with today's management. Well, this one is also not a difficult question. So, okay, this is the end of the part 1 of the exam preparation. In this video, I introduced about ICM question format and the grading system, I introduce most important topics and explain the first part of the topic. I hope that will be useful in preparing for exam. Yeah, all the best.